Okay, so a few ground rules. One, Nicole Cataruza, year 42, with the tattoo uncle, because the control in the experiment that is known to some, unknown to others, and is blind in the field, is bound at this pathway to make mistakes because she's in an imperfect system where the imps, the angry ones, know too much, they know how to manipulate it, and they're fighting, while others are assuming that all of the imps are working in succession. Now, here is the Ankh. Why is the Americans' ankle and Europeans' ankle and Asian ankle called an ankle? A-N-K-L-E. Well, it's because the number one KGB agent in the world, W-O-R-L-D, has a tattoo on her ankle of an Ankh. Stands for eternal life. It's the extraterrestrials' partnerships with only one another. Here's the thing. I have a man that I was born for, only man in the world that actually matters in relation to me. I'm the number one KGB agent. I am the blind and known unknown control. My betrothed is a known unknown in control. He knows things, and he's able to fix things unconditionally. He says it needs to be done, it gets done. Because he works with all of the scary level governments and scientists and equipment operators in order to come for me. So if he says it, it is only to benefit my partnership with him, which strengthens your partnership in whatever area you work, because he knows, and he's not going to let go of certain things, because then it disrupts and ruptures other said partnerships. We have like serious science to get under control, along with your economic and your world machine. This was never a joke. The partnership has been the guardianship. The fact that you would leave me in a vulnerable state and you would now watch the mechanics, because I'm supposed to be a set path of perfection. From birth, they're supposed to scoop me up off of the Fidelis and run me back to control room. That's it. Every day I'm out of the control room with my betrothed means humans are breaking shit around the world in a more dangerous fashion. There is no other control. I'm the female control. He is the male control. This is a science experiment whether humans can actually function in large subsets and groups on one agenda for one purpose, one main function every day until the control room is secured by the one control woman and the one control man. Because that ties into even more dangerous science, which is the electric grid and your ability to breathe. And the amount of pressure in a pressurized system. If it's a ball and it's got some pressure on it, pushing on it on the inside and some pushing on the outside. And then you got some scientists playing with some kind of tetra machine with squares elsewhere, anchoring into it and pulling it magnetically in, but it still looks like, I don't see any difference. Yeah, no shit, I got that. Okay, so, and then there's some other science that pops up as alarms, and then they're like, hey, how do you know that? Because we know that you're fucking disgusting. Whatever you woke up in is going to make the rest of your people look bad, and you're a problem. So now I don't get, when we come for one scientist and say that the one scientist is doing something wrong, and I know his whole chain of command, and I'm wiping out the entire artery, the whole entire root problem from top of the chain all the way to the little guy pressing the little button going, but they told me to do it. Right, okay, see, that level of human is not welcome at this level of security breach. You understand? 42 years, 15,000 days I've been sitting in a New York prison, open format, because there's humans walking around looking like, and I'm like, I'm KGB, like, this is like, I'll play like I'm there stupid, but like only when I have to talk to the animals. Right, okay, so now, when like my level of like, hello, anybody? Right, I said, do me a favor, some guy named Joe, I don't know, somebody handed him a flip-flop and a stiletto, and he's like, no, I'm like, I know you're a little kid. I'm like, yeah, no, this is for the Mary Jane. He goes, no, actually, yeah, you wear Mary Janes. He goes, I got another Mary Jane issue. I'm like, oh, no, you're not one of those creepy dads that... He's like, oh, no, I have a potted Mary Jane issue. No. He's like, I forget, you talk to, like, every level of mental dysfunction. I'm like, yeah, it's kind of my forte. I'm already not happy that the humans failed. 4 years, I'm sitting in Judy's kitchen. What's up? I just want my blow-up mattress Vlad. He Eric's somewhere in the world. I don't know. Reich Berza. I mean, I thought, like, where's the stormtroopers? Didn't y'all, like, get all excited in the 70s about some Star Wars movie, some Superman? Right. I want to give you props, but you keep stealing ethanol and making me like I'm the bad girl here, just sitting, waiting, doing nothing, having to talk to the stupid nominals that are humans as if I cared. I'm still waiting for life to begin at 42, going to the control room where I'm happily ever after. So, what can I do for you, Mr. Have to Beat a Mary Jane issue in a pot? Right. Silence, I see. So here we are, and I put in this route, in this image, because this is not how the image was supposed to be portrayed, there is a song that's called Alien Ant Farm, and the, I forget the name of the song. I did it earlier before I showered. It was, let's think about this. I forget, I don't know, I put it up there. And it says on the lyrics, it's between me and my betrothed, the known control that can see things elsewhere. Right, I'm the blind bat on the field. I happen to be a cat woman, right? There's a medic that, I mean, my born for, he happens to be a downed bat medic. He's a 7-hole, I'm an 8-hole. We go together like white on rice. Alright, anyway, so I don't understand why I'm the downed, I mean, you know the special ops in Russia, they run under the bat symbol, right? I'm in New York, it's considered Gotham City. I'm the actual Catwoman, my last name is Kataruza. KGB really thought that the CIA idiots over on the other hemisphere could get their part right. You sleep at night and cycle with the cat in anatomy, CIA, on your landmass. Are we getting through? Great. We have employment issues. There's other color kids and other dysfunctional eye things that think that, like, they're important more than, like, going, How can I help you? See, that's how it's supposed to be. Instead, it's like, I ain't helping her. What you gonna do for me? I gotta go to the nail salon, get my hair done. I gotta go shopping. I gotta wear shoes and a purse. How big's her closet? Right. You know she lives in prison at the moment, and your inability to help and say Atlanta, you all being the peaches of a different kind. Right. Right. She's the oat color peach. Right. Yeah. She's not trying to tangle your level of crazy, stupid. She got real big things going on in KGB territory, and you're easier to kill than you ought to have a conversation with. Keep that in mind. Right. So now, they own air, oxygen, let's put it that way. They watch oxygen and who is conforming and who is not, and who's adding poison to the air by breathing and speaking out of turn. All right, so now, that's that. Let's think about this. There's like so many levels of fucking dipshits and crazies. Alright, so now there's some frog partnership. I don't know. Are those my swimming kelp guys, like the Delta guys? Like, I was really hoping for that until one guy, Warren Thompson, showed up. I'm like, you don't look like a swimming gladiator in kelp with a breathing apparatus understanding from KGB. I was like, you look like some overeducated white guy. Nice white guy. Collegiate white guy. Right, but you look like you're in, I don't know, maybe traveling ministry. Like you're 5'8". Not a bad looking 5'8" man, by the way. Distant Polish, so he said. I don't know what that means in KGB territory, being a little too close to some of the children that are in question. His people, being that it's... Now, here's the thing. I'm CDC level, like, security, like, you fuck with me, it's called a poison fish for a reason. It sends out venom in the thin air, and it will hit your people. You have a part to play as well. Whatever comes out of your mouth is programming the air as to how much poison and what the level of poison and asphyxiation that your people are going to enjoy in your body machina. It'll start to squeeze off the more you speak virally about the one white kid trying to get to the one white cock to fix the entire machine, while other guys are on monitors, on like computers elsewhere, trying to move buttons, right, trying to like shift things because their people are getting hit more. And they're putting it on the other white because, like, who's going to know? She's the one who's failing. Wrong. So I'd like that to be reshifted back to the appropriate parties, please. Alright, one of us is ethical in this process. The other 100% or 99.9% are as inefficient and unethical as possible. It is, like, so disgusting. I have to be amongst you all and do this. Like, as if you didn't fucking learn this in, like, I don't know, cosmic school before you were born. Alright, so let's think about this. Alright, so we got the ethics. Oh, okay, so here, somebody threw over, so that conversation on Alien Ant Farm was my story with my betrothed on the phone that we confirmed for Reich and maybe Vatican Dad, like, of high efficacy on the 99.9 others, and I'm just 0.01 trying to get to, right, 0.005, trying to get to the other 0.005, which, when that number goes from 1 to 5, the kids behind the Chinese wall, they say, why is it 5? It's not a 1! They go by symbols there. The pictures that you portray are really important. Put your bathrobes back on and just relax for a minute. Jesus. All right, so keep the symbology at 1 stick with a 0, a goose egg in front of it, and then a little dot. They'll be fine. They know that together that's the 7 hole and the 8 hole getting to be 1 whole egg together. Right, okay, got it? Great. Yeah, your symbols over there mean more than your genetic hot air. I mean, most of the times they're like, you know, it's just easier. Like, can they just not speak? I'm like, yeah. Okay, so, yeah, use the word cabbage. Just say they're not, like, Xavier's having trouble. And that's a polite way of saying that, like, their black operation is not mixing with their ear. Could you write it? And then maybe we could have a delicate conversation, because you're of that classification of Zen. All right, so now, let me think about this. All right, so one of the unabridged strategic whatevers of not my genetic efficacy, it's not in my 0.01% wheelhouse, which it only includes myself 8 and number 7 trying to get together. So it's outside, could be white, could be oat, could be peach, could be black, it could be purple, it could be a color that we have it somewhere in the gray scale of 99.9 is something else. Right, great. Okay, so now, somewhere in there, somebody sent a gift to Peter Otto Romer, born 1940, I don't know, something. It's on record for officials. And they gave him a Panasonic cordless phone, had a gray face on it, a black dorsal back, and then it had an orange digital screen, like a TV screen, but small on the phone. So, and then it had the mobile unit that went on, and then it had a base unit that stayed, but you just picked it up, and then you could walk. No cord at all. So he gave that to me, said it was an upgrade. I'm like, we already have like a portable phone. Why do we need another one? I'm like, I don't get you. Like, why do you keep buying things when we already have one that works? Why do we need a new one? And he's like, I don't know. My dad said that somebody gave it to him to give to us as a gift. This is what Jason Peter Romer, 1976 says. And I'm like, okay, I guess. I mean, it was nice. If it's a gift, I guess it's nice coming from your family. I was like, well, I mean, what do you want me to say? And he's like, I don't know. He's like, your friend from National Security thought maybe you like, I don't know, you had something to say. And I go, and then I looked at him and I'm like, wait a minute, you know about this? And he's like, yeah. He's like, actually, well, right, twofold. Right. I'm like, okay. I was like, well, is there something wrong with the phone? Like, is there something I should know? I was like, I mean, I don't really know much about electronics, but I mean, it's a phone. Is there something like, I mean, is there something against national security? Like, could it cause a problem? I mean, like, you understand? Somebody sends national security along with a man who had a gift. I already have the memory problem of what they're allowing me to connect with inside larger science project, as I'm the blind one just trying to get to the one that knows in the control room where I belong without having to say too much and scary things and get new people involved in ways that we don't need. And then what happens? Because he's on foreign land, he gets locked up, or he goes home and he's quiet, and then they're like, well, now you're home, now we're not letting you back in. Which one is it? I'm just curious. Because I'll be honest with you, this video came out before the year 2020 as a possibility that if my life took this direction, there are set outcomes that will happen. The people already in action took actions. They know who they are. They're hiding, and they're preventing law enforcement from doing what they need to do. My one frog partnership is with Control Room. I don't know what is a frog on the land of New York and the anus of Long Island. I have no idea. It's a Long Island. It's named State of New York. It's got things, it's attached to, the head is Queens, and the body is just called, Nassau is the middle part of the body, and Suffolk is the tail end. No idea what significance that is, but I know between Queens and the tail end of Suffolk, we have a huge fucking body problem. Since the day I was fucking born as the pearl on the Long Island, looks like an I in Queens, the Pearl, the one oat, on the Atlantic seaboard, East Atlantic seaboard, yeah, state of New York, there's a little fish, like a little turd that comes out, sure is, great, head to tail, Queens, Nassau, Suffolk. She's born where the eyeball should be on a fish. That's where we were supposed to meet her, somewhere between there and Nassau, to pick her up like a football and run the fuck over to the other side of the Atlantic Ocean. Sailing ship would have been fine. Instead, here I still wait. Back in the eye of the fish, as the storm, waiting for stormtroopers, a frog partnership, and for the breathing apparatus where we swim in large kelp and we hide from the banking sharks up above going like, I can't talk, like, no, I mean, how useful are we underwater? I'm just curious, all dive team seals like rhino effects. I mean, you can't talk underwater with a breathing oxygen tank in. Yeah, no fucking shit. So why are you allowing them to come into my visual cortex and not talk to me about what they're there for? Stupid! It has the same fucking results. Might as well be diving for clams somewhere in the world. I mean, we're just as useless, we're just as useful as a group if you don't come and you don't fucking inform me straight out to my face. And then whisk me away before they have time to delete that scene as if it never happened. Yeah, that's the level of uh-oh. Exactly. And yet you have me playing games here with a Peter Otto Romer, his fucking treasonous cunt daughter, making all sorts of ethanol deals from new car manufacturers, electronics, selling I mean, like, she's like the Mary Kay, like, I'm selling Avon, oh my god, I'm Amway, right, yeah, great. Her and everything she speaks to is a Long Island soccer mom fucking, like, net of fucking problems. I already caught the fish, you fucking pieces of shit. Why is nobody executing them in full force? Pull them out of their fucking beds and kill them. And save the rest of us from having to deal with that level of stupidity. So we can get control rooms secured so the rest of us can breathe. Because people like Jennifer Moeller are like, it's money! I'm going to be important, and I'm going to be fun, and I'm going to do this, and yoga, and I look good for 50. Oh my fucking Lord. Meanwhile, God's sitting in prison because her fucking cunt sent Jason, and her father sent Jason into Nicole's life to fuck up the entire 99.9% of humans got fucked with because Jennifer Romer Moeller, Peter Otto Romer, and Jason Peter Romer came into Nicole Cataruzza's life, and Jason raped me to get a baby to anchor this newfound treason problem, which fucked with the entire rest of the plan. The only people winning are the assholes who sent over the Panasonic phone. The Panasonic phone has an IMEI number. That means it's electronically traceable as an anchor in a 360-degree anti-gravity program. I don't know where the phone originated from. I don't know who's tracking it. Who gave the phone as a gift? What government? Peter didn't, tell me there was a government involved. It says made in China. Great. So does everything fucking else. Does that mean their vaginas are pushing keys with that sway my fucking life in America? Hello? 99.9% idiot humans that go along with whatever the fuck happens to me in my 0.01% trying to get to one man, one cunt, one cock for one clock. Timing issue. Timing matters. I need him. I want to get to him. And everything in 99.9% doesn't fucking matter. Never did. So if you are not helpful in getting my one position secured, I'm not covering your stupid ass. We have something in the weather department called weather. It's called We Eat Her. Yeah, that's what Peter, Jason, and Jennifer do. They eat my fucking clock down so I never become successful in getting my cunt to his cock. Instead, it set off more stupid fucking New York turd problems of sending in an Anthony Tiafrio and his shitbag of 99.9% problems I don't fucking give a shit about. 99 problems and a bitch ain't one. Yeah, I'm the bitch, but it's .01. Thanks for noticing. You guys really are helpful with the radio. It's just your people think it's all about them. That's the problem, right? Buying too many haircuts and shoes, right? Yeah, got that. All right, so anyway, things that don't matter. So we have at the Frog Company, we have I am flushing out the weather. Right, and then the KGB is like, wait a minute, we don't, like, Delta, we don't give up our own. She should know that if she's in a fraternity. Yeah, here's the thing. I'm in a fraternity of 1 against 99.9% trying to help you out elsewhere, protect the real fraternity, away from, like, the little peewee league that needs the ball on the stick before they can even go try it. And they still don't have enough eye-hand coordination, even when they see the ball. They still don't go, oh, wait a minute, it's not our field, here you are. They're not that smart. It's painful to be around these animals. Holy fucking shit. I said, if you have, like, people who are respectable somewhere in the world that train, like that I break people for a living, yeah! Like, no, okay, but I got it right. The respectable department that has the eye, right, not the neckties for silk ties, right? No, I know you never get the kudos you deserve, but we'll get to you in a minute. The other kids, right? The ones that wear the funny hats and they stand and they're the drill sergeants, right? Those guys, the respectable ones that break the lollipop kids, right? Think that they're more important than the street folks. Got that? I always know where my two sides of every coin lie. So here we are in like the respectable uniform cat's pajamas guy that breaks the next gen, so they're listening and they'll do things on command and they don't break protocol and they ask questions of the commander because they always have him on speed dial. That one, right? I said, why don't you go to one of the science conferences and you stand there and you're respectable, bring your whole fraternal order, stand you all out front, put me on behind, screaming at the top of my fucking lungs in like a video montage to every fucking stupid you wish somewhere in the world you could get in front of and go, what? We're doing our job. I mean, like, we're training the kids. Kids are coming out okay. They're ready. They're ready to do next day, tomorrow. And all you fucking shitbags at this fucking plant are sitting there in your bow tie, necktie, whatever, all the money in the fucking world, promoting more fucking science and more education of all the wrong fucking things. And they'll all be screaming over your shoulder as you're like commander in quiet, trying to get you guys respectable and you trying to get me respected. So this way we sit on the correct people. And you'll have a whole record of it visually. Who's involved at what level? Now we'll know who to go contact in the case that we get to 42 years and we're in the wrong, because your eyeballs, no matter what eyeballs they woke up in, they're like recording devices for my project in control room. I need to know what it is you are seeing, saying, and doing, because some of you are functioning properly and the rest are viral as all fucking hell, and then think you're so important that you're not going to be able to get caught. I beg to differ.